Hey TikTok family, thought I'd bring you into my kitchen. I needed to coffee dye some more paper because I'm out of paper. So thought I'd do it. It's been a while since I've done a tutorial on this. There's a couple of them on my in my video library. But you know what? I realized as I was doing this that I've never really done it in my own house. I did it in the apartment that I stayed in, and I did it in the house that I lived in, but I've never done it here. So what I do is I take some cheapo instant coffee, and I think I got this at Dollar Tree, and I put a couple of teaspoons full in here, and then I put some hot tap water in it and shake it up. These little spray bottles I get for 99 cents at Walmart, and they do curbside with them. So the reason this is different colored is because the sprayer went out on one of them. Now I can tell you I have bought so many sprayers and spent way more than 99 cents, and they didn't last any longer than these ones do. So the first thing I do is I take a cookie sheet and then I spray the bottom of it because I want the bottom sheet to turn out just as coffee dyed as the rest of them. And then I just spray. Now I've seen a lot of other creators that dunk their paper and soak their paper and get it really wet, but I have not found that to be as effective as the way I do it here. I get to control where my sprays are going and how much I want to put on there. And I guess you could call me a control freak if you want to. That's okay. I don't mind. So my oven has been set at 400 degrees back there. Yes, I'm going to oven dry them. And it's going to be okay. If you're going to do this, I highly recommend that you do not leave your kitchen. Do not leave it unattended. And at first I'll leave it in for a little bit longer because the overspray on here takes a while for it to evaporate. And once that evaporates, it goes kind of quickly as far as the drying process. And you'll see here in just a few minutes. How quickly it dries. Now, if you really want it to look coffee stained, take a coffee cup and dip it in the excess over here and put a couple of coffee cup marks. That makes it look real authentic, right? Like somebody came in and set their coffee cup down on this piece of paper. I always think that looks fun. And actually, when I started doing this, I watched a bunch of YouTube videos, and I saw how they had taken all kinds of different things to make shapes in their coffee dyed paper. But I mean, I've seen people actually take lace and spray their coffee solution over the lace, and then it comes out with a lacy pattern on it. I did that a couple of times. For some reason, I wasn't very successful at it, and it took up more time than I really wanted to spend on it, so I haven't done that. But feel free to go watch other creators and how they like to do their videos or their coffee dyed paper. I'm going to do a couple more here. I usually do about 30 at a time. Since I'm doing a coffee journal right now, sorry about that. Since I'm doing a coffee journal at the moment, this will really go well in it, I think. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take these few papers and put them in the oven back here. And give it a few minutes. And I'm going to continue on with this cookie sheet. I got more than one on that one. So yeah, it's not difficult to do, but like I said, you do not. If you're going to dry them in the oven, you can dry them out in the sun. It's not a sunny day here in Texas. It's overcast, rainy, and yucky, and I can't seem to keep my house warm. And since I'm running the oven, I thought since it was so cold and I can't seem to keep my house warm, I decided, well, I'm just going to coffee dye some paper. That'll help warm up the house. Get the old oven going, and be a whole lot less calories than baking something. Right? So I want to get some of this done so I can show you. I'm going to set this aside, and then I'm going to pull out what I have in the oven. So you can see it doesn't take very long with a nice hot oven for it to dry. See, that one's dry. You can see the steam coming off of it maybe. So the top one and the bottom ones will dry quicker than the ones in between. Which, you know, if you bake anything at all, you'll know that that's how the oven works. It gets hotter on the bottom and the top than it does other places. So these aren't quite done. So I'm gonna stick them in. Well, it takes a couple of minutes. Just a couple of minutes. So I'll continue on with this, but I want to show you before I turned the camera on, I had done quite a few, and I think it took me maybe 30 minutes. So here's what the final product looks like. Now I will set a towel over these and put a couple of heavy books on them for overnight, and that will flatten them out pretty good. So anyway, just thought you might want to know. God bless. Have a great evening.